So let's start this off with razors. Which one is right for your age? I started to shave when I was 14 and started off with a cheap one-blade razor like this, and I have to admit, it was not the best experience.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Not only did I have bad technique, but I was using a tool that honestly isn't very good. These one-bladed razors, yeah, I would skip over them entirely. That being said, I would recommend a quality, double-bladed disposable razor. Why? Because they're inexpensive, they're relatively easy to use, and they do a much better job giving a shave to a young man. And I also like the size of the head. It just makes it really easy to get in and around the nose and get the job done. Now, I know some of you guys are screaming right now, come on, Antonio, start the kid off right. Go with the double-bladed safety razor. And I agree, this is one of the best options out there, but it does require a bit of skill. So I'm going to reserve it for the guy that's just out of college. He's got his fancy degree. He's 23. Yeah, switch over to the double-bladed safety razor. Now, what about electric razors? There are some good options out there, and I'm going to recommend the electric razor. Let's say for the 25-year-old first lieutenant who's partying up in Pensacola. Yeah, that was me, and this is the razor, actually the electric razor I used to use. Let's just say you'd have a great night and you're running to formation because you got to show up, and you realize you didn't shave. So you reach in your glove box and you pull out an electric razor that gets the job done. And what about the straight razor? You're 38 years old going through a midlife crisis. You've already spawned off 2 kids and you've got $1 million in life insurance. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the Cutthroat. Now, seriously, it's a great razor, definitely requires skill, and you need to be careful with it. In today's video, gents, we're talking about the right grooming product, the right grooming tools for your age. Next up, we've got a sea salt body scrub. I see this for a 19-year-old, maybe you're 29, but you're dealing with acne. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, acne on your back, and you're looking at the different treatment, the different options. Something as simple as a sea salt body scrub can do wonders. Why? It's an exfoliator for your body. So it's going to go in there and it's going to deep clean the skin. You don't want to use it every time you go into the shower, but every other time, this is going to do wonders for cleaning up the pores and for getting rid of that acne on your back. Next up, we've got wrinkle removers, aka anti-aging creams. So you're 42 years old, work in sales in Southern California. You engage with a lot of people on Zoom and video meetings, but also you go meet them face to face. You want to have a youthful, energetic type of feel about you. So you want to make sure that you find an anti-aging cream out there that's using the right products that are encouraging collagen. Basically, that's the elasticity in the skin. You want to make sure around the forehead, in and around the eyes, around the cheeks, that you aren't having any sagging. Now, one of the key ingredients you want to look for is arginine, also called needle-free Botox. This is an ingredient that's going to help to stimulate the production of collagen. So this is going to help to get rid of wrinkles in those trouble areas. Next up, we got the 35-year-old finance guy working on the East Coast, working crazy hours, and guess what? You're seeing those dark circles under the eyes. What do you do about it? Well, first up, you want to get more sleep. You want to make sure to drink water, get exercise. But if you've done all that and you still got the dark circles, you want to find an eye cream that uses eye bright extract. So basically, this is going to firm up and it's going to cool down that area right in here that's becoming inflamed. Also, rosehip oil, coconut oil, and bilberry fruit extract are great for the lower eye. Now, what about for the guy that's just turning 30 and you realize your hair is starting to thin? You look at your hair, it's not falling out, but it doesn't have the volume it used to. So look for a volumizing shampoo. The difference between a volumizing shampoo and a lot of regular shampoos is that these are made specifically to be lighter. They're not going to stick to the follicles. They're not going to weigh it down. A lot of times when you shampoo again and again, you can get that product, basically, it sticks onto the follicles, doesn't fully rinse out, and it can start to weigh down here. You want to make sure you're using a shampoo that fully cleans the hair and completely rinses out. Now, after using that volumizing shampoo, you want to use a volumizing conditioner. This is specifically to go in and to coat the follicle with a very light coat of protecting, because basically when you use a shampoo, it strips away the oil and there's a time period in which the hair follicle can be damaged. Eventually it will become brittle and it will fall out. So you want to make sure that you're using a conditioner specifically made to put just a very light coat, not a heavy coat. You put on a heavy coat, you're going to have the problem again with the hair laying down. Volumizing conditioners are made specifically to rinse out well and to leave that very thin light coat. After that, consider the third step, which is using a hair food. So a hair food is like a conditioner, but you add it after you get out of the shower when your hair is still moist, and you're going to leave it in your hair. Now, the right hair type of food, it's not going to leave your hair looking oily or wet. Instead, it's going to dry out, but it's going to go onto the scalp and it's going to help to re-moisturize it, to re-mineralize it, just to make your scalp better overall. And again, it's going to leave a little bit of a thin coat on the hair follicles to protect them. All right, Jen, so if you haven't noticed, I seem to know a lot about grooming products because I own a grooming company, VITAMAN. They're the sponsor of today's video, and I want you to go over to the website and check out all the products we've got. Guys, everything I've been talking about in today's video, guess what? You can find over there. And like I said, I'm an owner of this company. I stand behind every product we sell. So if you buy something and it's just not to your liking, it's not up to your standards, then send it back and we'll get you your money back. Point is, I want you to upgrade your grooming experience. See the VITAMAN difference. To make this pretty much a no-brainer, guys, I've got a free sample kit, which I will link to down in the description so you can try out some of our best products, no risk right here, and we'll send them right out to you so you can actually see for yourself the VITAMAN difference. Guys, it doesn't matter if you're 17 or 70, you're going to find what you're looking for over at VITAMAN. And remember, we use natural and organic ingredients. I really look at our ingredient deck. I'm really proud, and that's one of the reasons I became an owner of this company, because I saw what they were doing, perfecting their craft for over 20 years in some of the top spas around the world. If you want to feel better, if you want to be healthier, if you want to perform at your best, you want to use clean grooming products that have no toxic ingredients, that are really some of the best ones out there, because what you put on your skin, what you put in your hair, this enters your body and it matters. And gents, that free offer is not going to be around forever, so use it or lose it. Again, gents, use that link. You will always get the best deal over at VITAMAN when you use my links here on YouTube to go over and explore the company, find what's going to help you look your best. Now, what about face moisturizers? When should you start using this? Definitely by your late 20s. So the difference, by the way, between a face moisturizer and an anti-aging serum is the serum is usually going to be a lot more expensive because they've got concentrated ingredients that are made to be applied in smaller doses in specific areas. Now, in general, the difference between a face moisturizer and a body moisturizer is face moisturizers are going to be lighter. That's because you don't want to clog up the pores on the face, otherwise you're going to start getting acne. Also, you want these to just not have an oily look to them. So in general, the oil concentration is going to be lower. They're going to be lighter. They're going to be made basically to more easily absorb into the skin. And on your face, you have thinner skin. So it is something we're also going to see certain ingredients, sometimes, on the higher end ones, they're specifically designed for the softness, for the delicacy of the skin on the face. Body moisturizers, honestly, at any age, doesn't matter if you're 5, doesn't matter if you're 50, if you have dry skin, if you're dealing with irritation, if you live in an area, I know in Wisconsin during the winters, it just gets really dry. Everyone's scratching themselves. Using a good body moisturizer is key. Now, know that your body is going to absorb this through the skin. That's the largest organ on your body. So again, look at the product, look at the ingredients. You want to make sure that everything in there is natural and organic, that you're not going to end up taking something into your body which isn't good for it. I know that my daughter uses this, all of my family actually, they use the VITAMAN products, because when I look at them, I know that the ingredient deck is solid. In general, body moisturizers are also made to be thicker and heavier because they're put on the body. Don't use these on the face because they can clog up pores and cause a little bit of irritation like I talked about. But with body moisturizers in general, they do have a more oil concentration. That's because when you put them on the hand, when you put them over on the body, you have thicker skin and you want it to sit out there and to take a little bit more time to enter the body and to sit and protect the skin as well, because the body moisturizers will sometimes lock in moisturizer, especially the good ones. Next up, what about hair products? Is there a right age for a particular hair product? I'm going to say no, but in general, if I had to make a decision, I would say that if you want to go for shine, you want to go for sheen, that's probably something for the older man. When I think of a guy dressed up, a little bit of shine in the hair, it's usually an older guy, although a young guy can pull it off. But if you're going to start off, maybe just look at a basic styling cream. This isn't going to have a whole lot of hold, but it's going to give your hair basically a little bit more texture, a little bit more body right there in the hair. And I think it's a great, easy option to start with. Now, again, the pomades and the gels. Now, gels, you want it to stay exactly where you want it. You placed it. So gel is great there. Pomades are nice because they have a nice shine, and in general, they're also going to have good hold. But let's just say maybe you're 47 years old, you've still got a good head of hair on you, and you want your hair just to look good, but you don't want it to shine. You don't want people to know that you're putting in that product. Then look at something like maybe a matte mud. Matte muds are great because the matte right in there basically means no shine, and it's going to do a good job of holding your hair. It's a little bit longer, but you still want it to stay where you place it, so a matte mud is a great option. Next up, doesn't matter if you're 15, 25, 35, 45, you want to clean your face well, use a face scrub, especially if you're dealing with acne, if you've got oily skin, if it's just something that, and again, not more than twice, maybe 3 times a week. Every other day, you want to be using a face scrub. But what exactly is a face scrub? So face scrubs usually contain exfoliators. Exfoliators being hard particles that will break up and basically to clean off dead skin on your face or other parts of the body. So exfoliators could be salt. In this case, we've got small bits of bamboo. You want to avoid exfoliators that use small plastic particles. And that's the vast majority, by the way, of exfoliators out there. That is really bad for the environment. You want to find exfoliators that are using natural ingredients, again, like salt or bamboo. There are a few other options out there. Point being is a face scrub is going to clean off those dead skin cells so that the new skin cells can rise to the surface. You're going to basically look like you've got more circulation in your face. It's just going to give life to your face. But understand, usually the first 12 hours after an exfoliation, especially if you're doing it using it for the first time, or you've been doing it, let's just say your face gets irritated easily, depends on your skin type. You want to make sure though that you give your skin time to recover. So don't use an exfoliator right before a date, maybe 24 hours before the date. That's perfectly fine. But an exfoliator in general is going to have your skin looking good. And again, don't overdo it. 2 times a week is perfectly fine. Every other day if you're dealing with a lot of acne or really oily skin. Next up, for the 27-year-old that works out, takes care of his body, and wants to look good on the weekends when he goes out with his friends, guys, try a mud mask. So many men just write this off, it's what, women do. No. Guys, if you understand what exactly a mud mask does, basically this mud right here that we use from Australia has about 35 minerals in it, and when it sits on your skin for 15 minutes, basically it transfers some of those minerals right into your skin, and all of these, again, are great. You can go to the ingredient deck and check it out. Point being is it's also going to firm up the skin. If you're dealing with a bit of acne, it can, at the very end, it starts to dry it out. It starts to actually just clean up the skin. Mud masks, these have been used around the world for thousands of years. If you're not using one, you've never tried it, you owe it to yourself to go check it out. Now, what about the right fragrance for your age? Are some fragrances only for young men? Do you have to be over 35 to wear the more expensive ones? Guys, find out in this video right here, which is covering up my face. But seriously, guys, it's a great video. If you want to understand the right fragrance for your age, this is the one you want to click on. Go check it out. I'll also link to it down in the description.